Yeah.
Hey, I'm your host, BKP, and we're live here at Sycamore Crossing in downtown Blue Ridge. And yes, we can't even open up. I just can't bring them all together even to get the... I can't even get you guys to settle down to let me do the open.
Well, the energy level is so much higher when we come on set.
And one more thought. I have Kimberly Guilfoy's seat, and I wish I had known.
The only reason
I would have worn the high heel sneakers.
Yeah. The only reason you're sitting there this morning is you told me you couldn't go left.
That's for dadgum sure.
Oh, you reeled that back in. Okay, we're here behind the Broken Bull. I always wait for the lights to come on over there at Tupelo T.
Are we in front of Broken Bull?
What?
Is that a broken bull?
No, this is my Broken Bull jacket.
Nice.
In front of Broken Bull.
It's going to be a long hour.
Folks,
with a bowling
as you well know, your host, I understand the Congressional Budget Office when they say CBO, and I understand pretty much most of what's happening out there. But we all know 3 syllables, 4 syllables, I's before E's, all of this confuses your host. I'll be straight up, pronunciation is not my strong point. But the guy to the left over here will call me at night and say, there's 3 names I know you're going to work on tomorrow, so let's practice.
Yes.
You know that guy?
I do.
Who is it?
That'd be me.
Practice?
Yeah, we practice tonight.
Did they call us to practice?
No, we're good.
We're good.
We're good.
I'm here with Jane, Rick, and Chris.
I said, when you talk about my home state, it's not Illinois.
Oh, I have an S on. Oh, yes.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Illinois.
Yeah.
It's not our Kansas. It's
Actually, it's
Arkansas.
Illinoising.
So I want to acknowledge the evening show prep also includes, let me help you with these couple words.
That's right.
Thank you.
Frankenstein.
I knew it. That got me because
Rosenstien.
I've not made it. I've made a
Stein,
little bit of a joke out of it, but Stein and Steen, and it's Frankenstein. And you said, remember Frankenstein? And I'm like, don't do that to me.
I'm trying to carry on.
I'm trying to remember this, and I got to remember Frankenstein.
It's Dr. Frankenstein.
But Rod Rosenstein.
Very good.
Did you?
It's working.
Do you know he corrected the senators behind closed doors on the pronunciation of his name?
Yeah, he did.
He corrected it.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah, because some are from 57th Street, and they say Stein up there on 57th Street.
Lower East End.
Yes, Lower East End. So let's start with this. First and foremost, I don't know if any of you had the opportunity yesterday, just a brief minute. I opened up with it this morning, a brief minute. I don't get a lot of chance to listen to Rush's opening monologue, but he did one of the best opening monologues yesterday concerning his friend, the passing of Roger Ailes, the CEO of Fox News. Roger Ailes is from Warren, Ohio, started digging ditches, he said it himself, worked in the newsroom and became the producer of the Mike Douglas show just because he was recognized
Worked
for his
in the
hard-
mailroom.
The mailroom. Worked in the mailroom,
Yeah.
became the producer, worked in the mailroom, became the producer of the Mike Douglas show, worked on Nixon's campaign, worked on George Bush's, worked on Ronald Reagan's, and coached Trump in debates this past. Fox News came on one day and he made a whole list of millionaires and superstars. So,
well, you referred to the monologue yesterday by Rush. I tried to find it but couldn't because I'd be really interested to hear that. I'm sure it'll show up somewhere.
well, Rush starts, and I just want to bring up one thing. I can go on and on, but Rush starts does the show with the monologue of Roger Ailes, and he tells something I didn't realize. Rush did a show for about 3 years, and Roger Ailes was the executive producer and put the show together.
Is that the one in California?
When Rush did his Rush Limbaugh
Sacramento
TV show. Okay, when he did his TV show.
Oh, the TV show.
Yeah,
and
Roger Ailes
produced that.
and it was one thing that I really liked because I just enjoy a good story like this. And Rush, his background wasn't TV. And there's two things he said Roger Ailes taught him. Rush said when he started radio, he had never been in a situation where people hated him. Okay? And he humbled himself. He said, I didn't know how to handle people hating me for what I thought or what I believed. He said, that was a struggle early on. He said, Roger Ailes got me through that. He said, without Roger Ailes, I would not have gotten through the learning to understand, hey, people are going to hate you. Just move on. The other thing that was really big
How have you handled that in your career?
Huh? Doesn't bother me at all.
Good.
No, it doesn't. You want to ask that question? I get up no morning at all concerned on who likes me and who does not. I don't mean that to be arrogant.
No, that's why you're fair. That's why I mean you
don't get up.
Tell it like it is.
Who's going to?
That was going to be a
now
compliment.
enough about me. Although I enjoy that. But let me just say this. Rush came in one day to the TV show, and whatever they were going to do on the TV show, Rush said, I cannot do that. And he said most producers and executives would say, okay, if the talent, they can't do that, let's move to this scene or let's change the scene. He said, Ailes said, yes, you can, and we're doing it. And that was it. So, I mean, there's so much in that monologue, but he said, I can't do that. And Ailes said, yes, you can, and you're doing it. And he did it, and, you know, so many great things. But the long list of talent this guy put together, I remember watching Fox when it was Edie Hill. Remember Edie Hill was the
shit in the morning.
Huh?
In the morning.
Yeah. In fact, I don't. That's why I wanted to go this direction, because I don't remember the last time Fox has been without a blonde. In that, right? I don't know. I just said that.
They haven't called me yet.
I was wondering. That's what I'm saying. All right.
Well, you've got one. So.
Anyhow, but Roger Ailes, 77, from digging ditches to a mailroom to the Mike Douglas show to working for presidents and creating the strongest, greatest, biggest news network that I think is going downhill. I wanted to end on a bright note. I think it's sliding downhill as fast as it can.
Yep.
I mean, we even got people that are hanging on there. We got the true fans. They're the guys that just will not give up on that specialist show. There's some true fans out there, but anyhow,
it's sliding left.
2 times I've been thrown under the bus.
I don't know. I was that could have been anybody. You picked it yourself.
Yeah,
Must have hit home, huh?
I guess.
Okay, moving right along.
Can we go to Collins for a sec?
Go to Collins.
Hey, during that interview this morning, there was one thing that confused me a little bit. He said that no, we're not going to have to vote. That's just not true. They will have to vote if that CBO score does not come in correctly. If they can't show that, since they're under reconciliation, right?
Yes.
If they can't show that they're going to save, is it 20?
Are you referring to this article, housemate Bloomberg Politics article?
I don't know.
This is the article I read this morning. Bloomberg Politics: House may need to vote again on GOP Obamacare repeal bill.
I mean,
and it says the same thing about the CBO score.
Yeah, if it doesn't come in. If
like revenue neutral?
If they're not saving enough money,
right?
No, they've got to save money over a certain amount of time.
Okay, not to get into weeds, but
sorry.
No, I'm glad you brought it up, but not to get into weeds.
I didn't understand how he was trying to dance around that a little bit.
Will you help me with pronunciation? I'll help you understand.
You got it.
Okay.
Dandelion.
I'm
Dandelion. Oh, I know you didn't do that.
I'm here for you.
I'm here.
You weren't here last week, were you?
No.
Bruce was this close. Just thought I'd bring you up to it. Anyhow.
Quinnipiac.
Okay.
Quinnipiac?
Quinnipiac.
Okay, so reconciliation on the Senate side.
Yep.
According to the Senate rules, the only way they could do reconciliation, which is a simple majority, 51 votes, without the 60, is the House has to send them something over revenue neutral, I guess, or it depends on how the revenue in the bill comes over that they can use reconciliation. So the House has to send it over a certain way for them to be able to use reconciliation. So what Rick is saying, not to get into weeds, if the CBO score comes back and it's not revenue neutral and it doesn't meet some of the criteria, the articles are saying they have to re-vote on this to get the new one to meet what they need over in the Senate for reconciliation.
And Ryan admittedly has said that he has not sent the bill over to the Senate purposely.
Right.
Even though they're
waiting
working
on the
it.
CBO score.
He's waiting on the CBO. Yep.
Yeah. You know, that's a hell of a long time, 2 weeks to kick the extra point. Well, I mean, you think if they made the touchdown 2 weeks ago, we're in the Rose Garden, and you know I support our president, but when they're in the Rose Garden,
I'm trying to figure out whether they want to go for two.
And he has everybody, we're going for two, right? I'm like, 2 weeks before you kick this extra point. I mean, I was pretty stunned, I guess the word, when I read that it's not even over in the Senate.
That's right.
Even the House.
No.
It's not over in the Senate.
It goes from the House to the Senate.
The House bill that they passed.
They haven't moved it to the Senate.
It hasn't been moved. Now, Congressman Collins, staying on that note, Congressman Collins said that the Senate is debating the bill or my words, debating or looking at any revisions already, although it's not officially there. So we'll see.
Isn't that a part of the procedure also? The Senate parliamentarians got to, bless it? No. They can do. I don't want to get in the weeds.
No, but what I'm saying here is no. To get the reconciliation vote, the bottom line is, if health care goes over and it doesn't meet the rules, which I still don't understand. I thought the person that had the damn ball made the rules. I mean, I'm sorry. But did you not think
We agree with that.
I always
Is that a 4?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. All right, so all 4 of us thought the person that held the ball. You know what? Remember when I'm just sidetracked, right? Pet of the week, right? Remember when you was playing baseball and you had to wait for Johnny to show up with the baseball? You just stood
he had the ball.
He had the damn ball, right?
Yeah, you can have all the bats, all the gloves, but if you don't have a ball, you got nothing.
And then Johnny showed up and said he wanted to be captain. You had no choice. He had the ball, right?
We got out of the weeds onto the ball lot.
But I'm trying to paint it all together. Did you understand anything I said?
Sort of. I know a lot about baseball. I know a lot about.
But you understood where I was going?
I was all.
Well, who cares anyway? Who cares?
Okay. Who cares if anybody else? All right. Anyhow, so according to these archaic Senate rules, you have to have that 60 vote, and obviously where I was going is Mitch McConnell is supposed to be in charge. Republicans, why the rules don't change, but if it has to have the 60 votes, it's over. It does. They will not get the 60 votes.
Right.
So they got to send it over this way. Not before we leave the congressman. The one thing that I was glad to have an opportunity, and we will have that interview up, is to have a congressman get an opportunity to talk about legislation out underneath the dirt that we're hearing.
Yeah.
I
was driving over here. Did you ask him? Does he still support the president?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I missed that part. I couldn't wait.
No, absolutely. I will say, and he was unequivocal. Say that word. Unequivocal. He was unequivocally supportive
of the POTUS.
Did not pause. Did not flinch. And I will say this: Congressman Doug Collins has supported the president. He was very bold about it. I'm saying 100%. So that he is on board with the president. What I'm picking up is it's the media wanting to create people not on board with the president, and it's not as it's not as bad as it looks. So let's go with that. Comey gets fired. Okay. Do you think Comey? You weren't here last week, so we'll give you a shot to catch up. There's a makeup test. Are you? Do you support the president firing James Comey?
Sure. And I agree with the people who say he should have fired him on the first day. But that was politically suicide, although he's already committed that 3 or 4 times and he's doing fine. But of course he had to fire Comey, and just when to do it, there was no good time. Sooner the better. But it's whatever he does, it's going to be met with total pushback just for the purpose of pushing back. So I hope he fires a few more people.
Oh, that's what I was going for.
He's got to.
Frankenstein. Rod Rosenstein.
Yes.
Yesterday, behind closed doors in a Senate meeting, I wish I could have captured Dick Durbin's face when he come out. The anger.
McCaskill.
I wish I could have captured McCaskill's face, the Democrats, when they came out and they didn't have enough time to turn this into something.
Yeah.
And they're all huddled up this morning saying, how do we turn this when Rosenstein said, I knew before the memo came out that, he validated Trump. He said, I knew before I wrote the memo, Comey was gone. Trump said, I already knew I was getting rid of him.
Yeah.
That was the Dem talking point, that Trump and Rosenstein were back and forth. Who's taking credit for this? And he just validated that Trump was the one that had the ball.
And
yeah, but the critics then say, why'd you do the memo? It's just window dressing. It's just like you're covering up,
No, you do the memo because
to show support.
Well, that's what you do. You give your reasoning why you feel there needs to be a new director.
Yeah, there's got to be someone from the Attorney General's office that is either for you or against you.
Right.
So like you said, he's He's doing the memo to show support. Yes, we've got your back on this one. Go do what you need to do.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a perception that Trump leaned on him to give him that so he'd have backing.
Didn't come out of that meeting yesterday. That's not the perception I got, and I wasn't in the meeting, and I know it's not the perception that Dick Durbin and McCaskill got, because they were very frustrated when they came out of that meeting. Very
I think
frustrated.
this is a guy, Rod, that is.
Yes.
That really plays the straight and narrow and by the book. That's why he was voted on so so nonpartisan.
What say you?
Well, I think what they may be doing is, it's not the perception you got, but I think it's the perception that the left wants everyone to believe. I mean, they say whatever happens, they say the opposite, and they're trying to create a lot of misconceptions about everything Trump does, and they do it immediately. They don't care what, if Trump flip-flopped, which they have, then they flip-flop. Look on Comey. And by the way, have you seen Comey's video that no one has ever asked me in my career to not pursue an investigation? They've run that.
Oh, there's going to be so much back and forth, and
Okay, three things. Rosenstein validates President Trump yesterday.
Right.
Basically does. Second, Comey's under oath and says at no time has anybody put pressure on him, asked him, I forget the quote, to end the investigation, right? He's under oath, right?
Yeah, and then he said,
excuse me, I had three. Just a second.
Uno más.
Just a second.
Uno
I had
más, por
three.
favor.
I'll give it to you. Okay?
Nah, you're gonna.
Chill. No dirty looks. I can see I got peripherals. Okay, look.
How do you say
Third.
that?
Peripheral.
I know that. I know that. I do know that.
You wanted
Peripheral
me to have.
vision.
You wanted me to have your.
No,
back.
that's part. No, not today.
Oh.
Those,
These are our nighttime calls, huh?
Whoa.
listen, just so you know this, every once in a while I make words up.
Yes.
Okay, thank
Just
you.
so you
Number
know,
3.
he's taping every call.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You better hope it wasn't recorded.
Yeah.
Number 3.
All right, my peripheral vision. All right, so I got to play it straight today. Hey, unlike Chelsea Manning. Anyhow, that was good. You liked that?
I did.
You did like it? I don't know where that came
7
from.
years in the hole.
Rosenstein
Stein.
validates the President of the United States. Second, Comey testifies under oath that he was not asked to end it.
And 3.
Three, yesterday Trump says no. Next question. Did you, Mr. President, ask James Comey to end the Michael Flynn investigation into Michael Flynn? No. Did it? No. Next question. Because Trump's smart enough. Trump's brilliant. They can't stand it, but this guy is brilliant. He's smart enough to know. See, they all come out and say, oh, he just talks. You never know what he's going to say. He knows yesterday the answer is no, nothing else. Because it's Comey's word against his.
That's it.
And all he ever has to do is say no.
Yeah.
And go to the next question. Now,
Number
I'm sorry.
4.
You're not upset with me, right?
No. Number 4, remember that Comey said, well, it would be all right for someone to say, well, do you have anything on this? And you don't have anything.
That's right.
I mean, take another look. He said that, which is what is happening in real life. And now he's turning and saying, because he said, this Flynn's a good guy. I mean, it all is just unbelievable. I feel like I'm on Howdy Doody or something. A kid's show. I mean, they're saying whatever they want to say.
They don't understand that. Maybe some do, but...
Do you think they believe what they're saying? Do you think the left
No,
believes what they say?
They are just sowing so much,
Right.
misdiagnosis, and just sowing stuff out there that becomes
what I
such a
think.
jumble.
Okay, she went with 4, and I like what you did, because if you start laying out, now that's serious, we have a lot of fun, but if you just really start laying out the pattern and that there's no evidence and everything that happens, do you realize, which I know you do you realize that we have a special counsel prosecutor, and right now all we have to go on is the media newspaper accounts with unnamed sources that have allegedly heard, said, and nobody has seen.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So We have, and correct, if you've had anything else, correct me, I'm serious. Right now we have a New York Times article, right, that an unnamed source, an associate of the former FBI director,
Yep.
has a copy of a memo he wrote actually documenting his notes of a meeting in the car when he left, okay, his side, and he read this to the reporter, and a reporter quoted it, and we did we got a special process. I mean, does that sink in that that's where am I wrong on that?
No. You know, the Dems have been, this is what Obama did during health care. If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. He said it so many times, people started to believe that. They're doing the same thing with the Russia thing, don't you think? Mm-hmm. The more they talk about it, keep it in the forefront, just deflect, go back to Russia, and all of a sudden, there we go. We got a special prosecutor.
If you tell a lie, enough people start to believe it.
That's exactly right.
The thing is that the left never sees the other side because they don't turn on Fox or Rush. They're only seeing CNN
or BKP.
MSNBC.
You put me in there, you're off the panel.
But the other thing, I mean, the memo, I mean, it's a guy's notes of a meeting, so you don't think there's bias in there? You don't think there's slant in there?
Think about this, though.
If we ever see it.
FBI and CIA, I think Brennan is just, I think they're in cahoots. I really do.
Oh, no, we know Clapper would never lie.
Clapper, Brennan, and Comey. And look, he's the FBI. How hard would it be for these agencies to create a journal? Hello, different pens. I mean, you know, they create false identifications every day in their line of work. So they could create a false journal easily. So I don't believe anything because he didn't come out right away. He thought he was obstructing justice. Comey thought Trump was. He should have said it right then. He should have gone straight back and told someone. So I don't even believe it. If I see that memo, if I see it, I don't believe it. You can't prove that it was written then.
Exactly.
You just can't.
Yeah.
Bruce brings up a good point.
What?
The fact that he didn't go to the Department of Justice.
Right.
If he thought there was a crime.
Obstruction of justice.
Sure.
Everything he did
all comes back
signals why he's gone. July 5th, he's not supposed to do a press conference. We had a situation in North Georgia that the FBI was involved in, okay? I continually called the FBI. They will not talk to you. They actually never release nothing saying an investigation is over. They don't make press releases. The FBI does not do that. I kept calling, hey, is this person still under FBI investigation? Can't discuss that, okay? Now, from time to time, you can go to their press office on their website, and they will post something when somebody's been apprehended or something like that. But a press conference? No. Comey ended his career July 5th. Department of Justice is a big deal. We'll explain that when we come back. But first, let's show you, before we go, a little bit of your tax dollars at work. You know, don't you like to drive down a highway and you're going on vacation, you see them big orange signs that says your tax dollars at work? Well, we're going to go a whole different direction, no pun intended, to show you your tax dollars at work. Now, President Obama obviously likes to spend your money wisely. So what he did is he took Mr. Bradley Manning. Can we get a picture of Mr. Bradley Manning? Okay, Mr. Bradley Manning was sentenced, I forget the total years, okay.
30.
Yeah.
30 years. He only served 7 because guess who let him out of jail early? President Obama. But not only did he get out of jail 27 or 22 years early or whatever on a 30-year sentence, that's what Bradley looked like going into Fort Leavenworth prison. Now show us what Bradley looks like today. Bradley, or would we say Chelsea's first day out. Did we show that, Sam? Because we can't see it here. Have they seen both of them? Those are your tax dollars at work. Hey, Chelsea, you're beautiful. On my dime. Take us to break.
Amen.
So.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we make everything better. And no matter what vehicle you drive, our new state-of-the-art service center can keep you running like new with factory-trained technicians, genuine parts, and value pricing. Even convenient Saturday service hours and online appointments. So if you want to extend the life of your vehicle, let the Days service experts help. Your better day is just ahead at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where we service whatever you drive.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
And I'm your host, BKP. We're back at the lovely, beautiful Sycamore Crossing, Tupelo T and Broken Bull. This is a jacket I got from Broken Bull here. Downtown Blue Ridge, rural America. All the background sound is Morning in America starting up, not Washington, D.C. I can see you, Bruce. I can see you, Bruce.
That's your sideways vision?
Exactly, my sideways
Peripheral.
vision. All right.
Don't spell it.
So I have Jane, Rick, and Bruce, not for much longer. We're looking for, if you're interested in being on a panel, I need a fresh start. Help! I'm like the captured help. So anyhow, before we went to break, we showed you your tax dollars at work. You paid for that. You paid for hormone treatment. Oh my God. But that's not the best part. Take it away, Bruce. What's the best part of Chelsea Manning getting out?
He stays in the Army.
Oh, yeah.
On your tax dollars. However, they did say when he has his court date, they're going to suspend the pay for the court date.
For the court date.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You can't make this stuff up.
No, you can't. And I mean, they have no interest whatsoever on taking care of our tax money. And that is just, you know, Yeah, I always say, you know, I not to get into weeds, right? It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to suck it to, okay? But don't use my damn tax money, you know, for just wherever you want to.
Do we know how much the sex reassignment surgery costs?
It's expensive, very expensive.
I don't know.
But we can find out. I'll get that
You need
for
to
us
dig some
next
numbers
week.
for
But
next week.
that is just, I just want to share with people. I mean, it's just when it's never ending.
It's hundreds of thousands.
The disregard for our tax money.
Oh, you go through a lot of the government agencies, like, I mean, NIH, the National Institute of Health. I mean, the stuff they spend money on is like analyzing, you know, insects doing this and that. It's crazy.
You know, I'm almost okay. When I see Chelsea Manning, I'm almost okay with a shrimp on a treadmill.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Well, if you have to
You made that leap.
Huh?
That's a leap of faith.
Well, you know, but no, you've seen how much we spent for the shrimp on the treadmill?
Well, if it was either or.
Right.
If it were
right.
either
If
or,
I had a-
I'd pick the shrimp too if it were either or.
Yeah.
There we go. It's the shrimp.
You could always eat the shrimp.
We've ordered for the afternoon. Right. Get off that treadmill.
Drink the water.
Okay,
Oh,
special
God.
special prosecutor appointed this week by, and let me let you know, people wonder, like, why did Rod Rosenstein, whoever he is, Rosenstein.
I don't know which one it is now.
Why did Rod Rosenstein, assistant deputy attorney general, make the recommendation? What was his, why did he have that authority? Because that does fall under the Department of Justice, okay? That falls under the Department of Justice because Attorney General Jeff Sessions had to recuse himself. That was Mr. Rosenstein's obligation to do that if he did that. Now, falling under the Department of Justice, obviously they understand how that works. Mm-hmm. And Comey just totally avoided the Department of Justice. Whether you like the Department of Justice, whether you like who you have to go meet with, procedure and protocol and how it works, he just totally went sidetrack of that, didn't he, Rick?
He did. And, you know, his excuse was that he'd lost all confidence when Bill and Loretta met on the tarmac. That was his excuse. That's why he came out with everything.
But the Department of Justice is set up, and I think the Trump administration, which no one would probably give them credit, or Jeff Sessions, I think the Trump administration is exemplifying how it works. And by that saying, yes, whether you agree or not, Jeff Sessions recused himself from anything that had to do with the Russian investigation, ties to Russia through the campaign. So he recused himself, which meant that, hey, still you have a deputy attorney general that can handle it. There's things in place. And if you read the memo, there are procedures in place to handle that. So just because, whether we like it or not, Loretta Lynch and Bill Clinton met in Phoenix to talk about grandkids, doesn't mean that our Department of Justice is not set up to still handle the proper procedure. And
she could have recused herself.
Right. And
but you can't even imagine how brain dead she is to even, like, you know, see his plane, see him walking towards her, and, like, you know,
plus she
pull up the door and fly.
She doesn't have any grandchildren, I heard, either. So they're talking about his grandchildren.
It boggles the mind.
I mean,
Trump is running things, and the media will not report it. They're running things accurately, how it's supposed to. The Department of Justice works that way. Now, let me just throw out there.
Well, let's go back to
where
the appointment.
Yeah, go back.
The appointment of the special prosecutor.
Yeah, okay. Let's go. Yeah, stay with
counsel.
That.
Special counsel.
Special counsel. That's different than special prosecutor.
Yeah.
Right. There's a.
They still have to report to the Department of Justice as a special counsel, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So the DOJ is still over that. Do you think that Rosenstein made that appointment to basically put this thing on the back burner? You guys do whatever you need to do day to day. Let's get this off the front burner. Let the president go on his 9-day trip, meet with the Mideast, and let's get back to business here. We're going to take this thing down. We're going to appoint someone that still reports to me, and we got to go about the people's business.
I do think it took a lot of the wind out of the Democrats'
Yeah,
sails
I think
on
they
that.
did it just to get it out of the hands of the Democrats. They were driving the boat. period.
Well, every day on TV,
They-
you'd see 6 of them, special prosecutor,
Right.
special prosecutor. The only way
And
we're
then
going to
they
have
got one, and
independence.
now they're kind of out of the picture, which is good.
Yeah, exactly.
My biggest problem with that is who will be the Scooter Libby of this investigation.
So you're saying they got to find somebody?
I read.
Wouldn't it be cool though if they just came back and said
Nothing
we
happened.
can't find anything?
I don't think they need.
I
a
read
scapegoat.
several opinion pieces and editorials that said, although is his name Mueller?
Mueller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's getting high marks. I'm not a bipartisan guy. Just that doesn't.
You've
work
said
out.
that before.
Okay, I just didn't know if you caught on to that yet. And so when they start coming out,
You're leading by example.
No, I get my my radar goes off when they start coming out and saying, "Oh, he's has bipartisan respect." I'm like,
Yeah, I
whoa,
heard that.
Wait a minute, that concerns me.
Let me
I
tell
mean, I
you-
just said maybe I'm
No.
looking for something.
He and
but-
Comey have some ties together.
Yeah,
Right,
lots.
right. He's
They
a
got
Lots
some
of
serious
ties.
ties
He's a
together.
former FBI
Yeah.
director. He was extended 2 years by Obama. But when I keep hearing both sides can't argue with disappointment, he
Yeah.
is just cautious there. And the other thing is, the guy might be a great guy. He may do a great job. This may be just what Donald Trump needs, because you and I know, I'm going to say the truth, that right now we're got a special counsel based on the Washington Post and the New York Times. And before I jump to further, do you notice nobody ever says we're going to? Have you heard one media account that we've got a special counsel so we can get to the bottom of who unmasked private citizens? No, you never hear that part of what he needs to find out.
Well, we're hopeful that he will.
But you understand?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
ever hear that?
We're hopeful that that's
No,
going to be part
because
of it.
that's the actual crime right now.
Yeah.
But that being said, on the council, everything I read says that very seldom in history do you have a private counsel prosecutor that doesn't have to validate themselves. They're going to spend millions of dollars. They get office space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Unlimited budget.
Hey, they can keep spending
Staff.
all they want. All they got to do is come. They
Unlimited
get
subpoena power.
staff, subpoena power, office space.
Your tax dollars at work again.
There you go. He can hire Chelsea. She's available. Stand guard
Ooh.
outside the doors, right? But no, I mean, serious. So there's a side that says he has to validate himself. So if I remember right, what was Scooter Libby's crime?
Oh my goodness.
If I remember, it was lying under oath to the special prosecutor.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't that he did something. It's not that the what were they doing? They were investigating who outed Valerie Plame.
Yeah.
Remember? Right?
Yes.
Flame the flame.
Right. They were looking at who outed Valerie Plame. Okay? But then what they were doing was they couldn't find anything. But they did find during, it's not what Scooter Libby did, pertaining to Valerie Plame, during the investigation, he did mislead the prosecutor, so they were able to prosecute him for that.
And she was.
If I remember right, right.
Yeah. She was
So
outed.
my question is, who's going to be the Scooter Libby of this prosecution? We don't have a lot of time before our star pet of the week is here in the studio and ready to go. So Jane, what did we miss this morning that you wanted to talk about? I don't want to get it down to just 1 minute, but you only have 1 minute. But I didn't want to put the pressure, I didn't want to put the pressure on. What did you come here this morning saying? I want the world to know, the World Wide Web.
There's just too much. I keep thinking about all the things that have gone on in the past. Remember the guy, I don't remember who, stole the documents, put them in his pants
Put 'em in his
pocket,
pants
his
and
pants,
the
and
Clinton
walked out, and he
administration-
said, "Oh, I forgot I had them in my pants." How do you? All that just goes out the window. You could sit here for 2 hours and list all those, and I'm just in disbelief. I mean, I'm bewildered. I think Trump's going to come out on top. But he's been climbing the ladder, and he's going to have to climb it.
Somebody sent a text message out the other day and said something, and at the end said, but Trump's not helping himself, and Trump is fine. Trump's fine.
He is.
I told you during the election, Donald Trump's fine. I like to use my friend Frank. I was given credit for this. like say it 2 or 3 times a week. Everybody else is playing checkers, and Donald Trump's playing chess. Rick, what did you say you wanted to come this morning? I mean, what have we not talked about, or what subject would you like to run with?
Well, I read the 5 points that Krauthammer put up, and I thought they were pretty good. And the one that my wife keeps harping on is he really needs to stop tweeting. Now,
I disagree.
Is that really in keeping with who we put in office, or do we really think he's harming himself by all of the tweets? Again, it's communicating directly to the people, and I walk the fence on that, and we don't have to debate that. What about the FBI? What about the FBI picks, the final 4? What do you think? The top guy is supposedly Lieberman.
Horrible.
He's got bipartisan respect.
He is best friends with John McCain.
I listened to that all morning. Yeah. Oh, but you can't argue with Lieberman. He's respected on both sides of the aisle. No. Every time I hear that, I want to march him straight out. Well, all right, any of you respected on both sides of the aisle, please? Okay, you come with me.
Yeah.
He's John McCain's best friend. I mean, they were like this until Lindsay kind of got between them. I know there's a lover's spat. There's a lover's spat there.
Lindsay,
but
I know you didn't say that. I know you didn't say that.
I did.
Not on the. I used to say on national TV, not on the World Wide Web. A lover's spat. That would be Lindsay, Lieberman, and McCain. Boy, there's a picture. Can I get Bruce in this? You just shot my.
Before he loses his thought here.
Yeah.
What about Cole?
Last show. Not Cole this week.
Okay.
Wilbur Ross announced that the official letter is going to be coming to the government soon, which it starts a 90-day process before they can start to renegotiate NAFTA. I think that's really interesting territory.
We have to watch that. That is big. Read that this morning. The NAFTA renegotiations are on their way. Another promise Donald Trump made that is going to take time.
Yes.
Several things. No, I disagree. I hope he tweets 10 times a day.
Well,
I hope he never stops.
I just threw it out there.
No, I hope he never stops.
Okay, your pick for FBI. Do you have one, a favorite?
No, I have no pick for FBI. I want to move something else.
Okay.
It's your show.
No. I just want. We got a couple minutes. We haven't talked about this. Donald Trump in the next 8 days will finalize sweeping sweeping away anything that Obama held dearly to his heart. He is not going to give an Arab Spring speech. He is not going to Egypt, to Cairo, to get college students together to rebel in the world. He is not going to do any of that. He's going to Saudi Arabia. He's going to Saudi Arabia. He's going to sit down with him. He says, look, let's get straight. I'm leaving here. I'm going to Israel. How's this thing going to work out? And I need to know from you. Okay, they're going to work it out. He's going to leave there and he's going to go to Israel and say, look, just left Saudi Arabia. Here's the deal. Here's how this is going to work out. That's my opinion. I think this guy is going to be over the top in this foreign trip.
He's got to have a really strong 9 days.
He will.
I think he's had a good 120.
I'm just talking about the next 9. I'm not going backwards. I'm going forward.
I think this foreign trip is going to be over the top. Why is he going to see the Pope?
That's a great question.
Don't get me started about the Pope.
Optics.
Every president since Lincoln. I mean,
why is he going to Italy?
That's no good reason.
Spaghetti.
Pizza.
Some good sauce.
No.
No, but
I can't believe you guys don't catch on anything. Melania's going with him, and she said, Donald. I keep waiting for her to say Oliver. Like Green Acres, Oliver. Remember? But she doesn't. Since he says, I can't say, Donald, if you want me to go on this trip, you got to take me to Italy.
I need to go to Milano.
Right, exactly. I'm going. You're taking me to Italy.
The fashion capital of the world.
Right.
Do you think on the trip he will move the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem?
Yes.
Yes.
I do.
Absolutely.
I
hope
he does.
I hope there is a speech somewhere in Israel that is so memorable it knocks America off their feet. 2 days before we go, we're not going to dwell on this, but in a 48-hour news cycle, DNC staffer Seth Rich that was murdered, and it's an unsolved mystery to me in Washington, D.C. Fox 5 in Washington, D.C. reported that former homicide detective Rod Wheeler had information that Seth's computer had emails direct connection to WikiLeaks. I will get into this more on Monday, but that story has been retracted from the homicide detective Rod Wheeler. I spoke to Detective Wheeler last night. I will just say this: he's not going to be doing any interviews. He was scheduled to be on the show, and we had a conversation last night. He will not be doing any interviews for the next couple days, but we're going to talk again over the weekend. So I'm going to update that story a little bit on Monday. Last but not least, with the panel, I've told you two things this week, and I said it's very simple. Very simple. I don't like it to get too out there, and we all try. I love Krauthammer, but he's got this way of breaking things down. First of all, President Donald Trump stood on a stage. I'm going to need some pictures, Sam. President Donald Trump stood on a stage at Liberty University. His first commencement speech as President of the United States went to a Christian university. It said, "We do not worship government." If any of you out there have any knowledge whatsoever about the progressive side of the world, the liberal side of the world, the resistance that's in the world, it upsets them because their goal is for each and every one of us to be dependent and to worship government. And he said we don't worship government. Second, law enforcement. Don't let the Democrats, don't let the liberals tell you that they support law enforcement. When President Barack Obama chose to turn the White House rainbow, all the media just swooned. It was the greatest thing. But many people, I've done it 3 times, missed last week that Donald Trump turned the White House blue. And there's a picture on the screen right now. The White House was turned blue in support of the men and women in blue in this country. So I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back Monday morning, 8 a.m. Good morning from the office. Right after these messages with right now, we're going to have our pet of the week. And don't forget, you know where Katie's at?
Katie is in San Diego.
San Diego, California. At 10 o'clock, her show will be coming to you from San Diego, California. So Sam has worked with the software, our producer, for several weeks, and we can actually produce a show anywhere in the United States, anywhere in the world. I mean, we can travel.
So when Bruce and I travel...
So you want to take this on the road?
Yeah, when Bruce and I travel, we'll be able to call in and...
Oh, yeah.
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 We can do a segment from the Baltics.
Yeah, and I'll do a
Bad Boys in the Baltics.
I now have with me a Good Morning from the Office contributor, Bruce. He is in the coal fields of West Virginia, right? Woo! Okay, right after this pet of the week. Stay tuned.